Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is not a show. That needs to be very clear off the bat. This is not a show, because if it was, it would be on time. Sometimes I'm late, sometimes I'm early. We're going to do a showdown, because I want to watch this game with my family. I want to go sit upstairs in my recliner and do this the right way. But I felt guilty. Not guilty. I felt like there was something that we could do to still hang out together. It doesn't seem like we should start off a week without hanging out together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out for just a little bit before the game tonight, before the other game tonight. What is this? 2 Monday night football nights. I don't understand all this. I don't know how I'm supposed to handle it all as a football fan. It doesn't matter. We're gonna drink heavily tonight and root on the Bengals. But in the meantime, we got some beer to drink. It was Oktoberfest weekend, Oktoberfest Cincinnati, which I have a lot to talk about, and we don't really have time to talk about that. But it was great. It was the best Cincinnati Oktoberfest that I've ever been to. The new location down at Sawyer Point was incredible. Just a really, really, really great festival. I hope everybody made it down there. We'll talk about that maybe next week or maybe some other time. But tonight we need to show down some beer. If I can get all of my stuff here working, I think that looks like that's okay. All right. I think we're good. Let's drink some beers. I grabbed 2 beers that I did drink this weekend while I was at Oktoberfest Cincinnati. And they were both great, so I know that this is going to be tough. Let's see. Josh is having Highwire Zirkus Fest. That is what my wife is drinking upstairs. She stole one out of the beer fridge, and I said it would be okay because I think they're already out of the competition. I think that our numbers work out without them. If not, we'll figure it out. But I don't think we need them. Let's see. Julia is having the pickle beer from Streetside. I still have not tried that. So the last time I was there, when I was picking up my Oktoberfest for the year, I saw it was on tap, and I was going to try it, and then got just stuck in Oktoberfest. I just kept ordering Oktoberfest, and it was good, and I was happy, and I never tried the pickle beer, so I still haven't tried it. All right, we're gonna go with two great local ones. We've got Reading Highwire, looking at something else. This is 50 West. This is 50 West Wienermobile, and that is going to compete against Rock in the Rhine from Fretboard. So Rock in the Rhine leans more towards the Märzen side of the spectrum, whereas Wienermobile leans towards the Fest beer. I would say it's kind of a hybrid of the two. Just off the top of my head without looking at them next to each other yet. But that's what we're not going to waste any time. We're diving into this. Which is, man, it's weird because I really do have a ton of stuff that I want to talk about. Julia says, if there's a chance I'll see you tomorrow, I will bring a can. I'm assuming there's a chance you'll see me tomorrow, but I don't know. Knowing how much you guys have to talk about on the show, it seems like a good week for me to show up and try to derail the conversation. All right. We got Rock in the Rhine. Both of these are in Sam Adams glasses because Sam Adams is the sponsor of Oktoberfest Cincinnati, and they were incredibly generous to me all weekend. And so I'm definitely in a Sam Adams mood right now. So we're going to do Rock in the Rhine in the American Dream Perfect Pint Glass. When I was... Not to brag or anything, but when I was hanging out with Jim Cook this weekend, because that's how I spend my weekends usually, when I was hanging out with Jim Cook, one of the other people there, he was drinking out of a perfect pint where the rest of us were drinking out of our stupid plastic cups. And somebody was drinking out of a can, and he was giving them a little bit of crap for drinking their beer out of a can. And somebody else asked if it actually makes a difference. And he went on this very long tangent about how, yes, it definitely makes a difference, and about all of the work that they put into creating the perfect pint glass. And it was an incredible conversation. I've heard all of the reasons that the perfect pint glass is perfect, but anytime you hear Jim Cook talk about pretty much anything, it's fun. All right, and the cheers to Cincinnati glass, we're gonna go 50 West. like I said, I drank both of these this weekend. Probably drank more 50 West because where we were sitting in the fest tent, 50 West was right outside the door. And then Sonder was there. I drank a lot of Sonder and I drank a lot of 50 West because they were close. I also drank a bit of Jägermeister, which maybe I should have grabbed some Jägermeister to celebrate the evening. If I knew for a fact that it was right inside that fridge that I can see right through that little crack there, I would grab some, but I don't know for a fact that it's in there. I'm not sure where the Jägermeister is stored in my basement. All right, we got 50 West here. It should be pretty clear when you look at them. One is much darker than the other one. All right, we are going to start with the fretboard. This is way more caramely colored, dark, coppery, amber. The head is already kind of almost gone on this beer. And yeah, you get a lot of that caramel kind of maltiness. Julia says, we keep ours in the freezer. I keep mine just in a fridge. Let's see. You know the rules. Until I actually get one, I don't have to get rid of any glassware. I don't know. Oh, okay. I missed a couple things. Oh, there's so many shows. Still need to get perfect pint glass. Out of all of the glassware that I own, next to like crappy like shaker pints, the perfect pint is by far the most numerous glass that I own and that I actually use on a regular basis. Usually, if you see me sitting behind the bar, I'm probably drinking out of one of these. I need to do this right. How much time do we have? All right, we got enough time here. Hang on. I gotta get something. It is right where I thought it would be. It's not a very okay. It's not a very impressive bottle of Jägermeister. We don't go through a lot of Jägermeister in our house, but I do kind of like it a lot. Who knows how old this actually is, too. Anytime I've drank Jägermeister on this show, this is the same bottle. And you can see how much I've consumed out of it. Not much. I promise we'll get to the actual Oktoberfest beer. But if we're going to do Oktoberfest, let's do Oktoberfest. I'm also not going to, like, shoot the whole thing. I'm just going to sip on it. Because like I said, I kind of love Jägermeister. Prost. That primes the palate appropriately. All right. God, it's so good. If it wasn't as sweet, it would be really incredible. All right, let's get back to the Oktoberfest. All right, definitely like caramely, malty, the fretboard versus the 50 West, which is a little bit more, I would call it breadier versus caramely, which I'm not going to tell you the way I lean yet. I can hear my kids yelling upstairs. I think they're playing some kind of video game currently. Which, before I dive in too far, thank you to everybody that reached out. I did post that my wife was in a car accident, my wife and my oldest kid, and they're fine. So thank you to everybody that reached out to wish them well. Like I said, everybody's fine. nobody's traumatized. Maybe my wife and me are a little traumatized, but the kids are fine. It was a little crazy. Crazy is a good word to put it. So this is not a show. We don't have time to talk about all of this. My wife was sitting at a stoplight, and she was getting ready to turn left, and somebody was turning right, coming up, and they slid and just went right into the side of her car, which seems like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but they had to have hit her pretty hard because the whole side of the car was crushed in. The side of the car that was crushed in also happens to be the side of the car that my youngest normally sits. So they have like the side curtain airbags and stuff. So to see the side of the car kind of crunched in and squishing his little car seat with the airbags just, where he would normally be is kind of it messes with your head a little bit. So kids are fine. I think both me and her are a little traumatized from it. Nothing that some Oktoberfest beer can't cure. We got to get into these. This is why I don't normally do shows that are actually shows, because if there's an actual time frame that I'm supposed to stick to, I'm not good at it. This is very stressful. I could never do actual TV. Okay. Yeah, all right. I had a very distinct opinion at the very beginning, and now I'm kind of going back and forth. Okay. I can't make up my mind without drinking them. We gotta drink them. Yeah, the Fretboard's good beer. Super I hate using the word smooth because it doesn't really tell you anything about it, but it there's no like harsh kind of hoppy bite, which I feel like a lot of craft Oktoberfests are giving us lately. There's too much of a hop bite to it, and I don't want that from Oktoberfest. I want it to be rich and malty and not sweet, but I want it to make me feel like it's sweet, if that makes any sense. Okay. All right, there's ooh, that's tough, man. Okay, they're both great beers. I would say the Fretboard leans a little more into some of the caramely kind of more like darker bread kind of tastes, whereas the 50 West goes right for the floral kind of hops. Not hoppy, it's not bitter. It's floral. It tastes like you're drinking beer outside in a meadow. But they're both great beers. They both are probably dead on to what I think. Well, they're both good examples of the two different sides of the spectrum of what Oktoberfest means, especially now with craft beer. Oh, this is tough. I was not ready for this tonight. I had not mentally prepped for eliminating one of these beers because they're both great beers. I am getting close to being done with the first round. I made this decision that I was going to try to do the entirety of the first round before starting the second round, which is starting to get a little stressful because I still have, I think, 2 or 3 beers that I have to buy, I think. So, and definitely 2. I need to get up to New Ales up in Middletown, and then I need to get all the way down to Anderson to get to Big Ash and get theirs. I feel like there's one more that I'm not thinking of right now. Both of those are opposite ends of the world, and also hours are a little more difficult for me to try to get to. So I'm a little stressed about getting this first round done before I start round 2, knowing that I have round 2 and round 3 that both have to be done before the finals on, what day is is that the 12th? Is that right? Does somebody know off the top of your head? Is that the 12th? I can look at the calendar, I guess, would be the more appropriate way to do it. The 10th. That has lost 2 days. October 10th. The 12th? No, the 10th. Right? Oh, it's the 10th. October 10th. October 10th is the finals, that Thursday. So we're getting close. I have, so round 2 will be 16 beers, and then round 3 will be 8 beers, and then the finals will be 4 beers. So the math is working out great this year. But if my math is correct, that leaves me a whole bunch of beer that I have to drink in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to drink definitely every day. So stay tuned of the beer that I need, and we'll hopefully finish up round 1 this week, and I'll have kind of a bracket so you guys can see where we're at. If you can't tell, I'm putting it off because I don't want to pick a winner. I really don't want to eliminate either one of these beers. Especially knowing this year. So in years past, yes, Big Sis is the 12th. I am watching the game too. If you guys keep seeing me looking off and getting distracted. In past years, I've left things. I haven't. The way the bracket has worked out, we've been able to vote in a loser or a non-winner, and it gives me like an out almost. Like if I eliminate a beer in the first round, I don't have to feel bad because they have a chance to come back. Whereas this year, that doesn't exist. If you're eliminated, you're gone. Why does nobody else get called for holding is what I want to understand. Marco says, hello, I was cooking. This is not, it's not a show. We shouldn't talk about any of this, but I worked from home a little later than I normally do on Mondays, trying to get a bunch of computer stuff done down here in the basement. And my mother-in-law came, and they took my youngest to dance class and all of that stuff, and then took my wife to go get some stuff out of her car because we're not sure if we're ever going to see the car again. When she was getting ready to come back home, she called me and she said, "Hey, we're going to stop and we're going to grab some lunch. Do you want lunch?" And I said, "Oh yeah, of course." I was going to go kind of light for lunch today because I was at Oktoberfest this weekend, and we just ate a lot of sausage and a lot of terrible food. We had a birthday party yesterday, so I had a bunch of pizza. Like I just ate like crap this whole weekend and drank a lot of beer. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be good today. I'm gonna have a salad for lunch. And then she called me and she said, we're gonna stop by both Skyline and Chipotle because evidently my kids wanted 2 different things. We did not make my oldest go to school today, fearing trauma or whatever. Long conversation. I decided that, yeah, that sounded like it was a good idea. I'm going to have Chipotle for lunch. So I ate this big old freaking burrito bowl, and now I don't think I'm going to ever eat again. I don't think I can ever eat more food than I had for lunch. I'm still full. I think I'll be full for the next 3 days. Anyways, all right, I got to pick one. I have to do this. We're doing good on time. So tonight I went back and forth how this show was going to, if this show was going to happen, and if it was going to happen, when it was going to happen, and what it was going to look like. I was going to drink gin. I stopped out at Lost Bridge Beverage Company when I was out at Great Crescent for their last day. I stopped out at Lost Bridge to pick up this gin, which I've heard so much about. I've never tried it. I've never had this, and I've heard such good things about their Appalachian gin. And I was going to drink it tonight, and now I'm not. Christine said, what if Chipotle lime rice with Skyline on top? That might actually be good. I was going to give you some crap for it, but that might actually be delicious. Yeah. And if we're going to go crazy with it, why don't we, well, no. I think you might be onto something. I might have to try that sometime just to see. They had like a new, Julia says, but do you have Skyline cheese or Chipotle cheese on top? Ooh, that's also a great question. Or do you go half and half? Just literally split your meal in half. I gotta pick a beer, guys. I can't keep doing this. I'm all right. I'm delaying it. Oh, I think the one that I want to win is not the one that's going to win. Looking at them, also, there's definitely some haze going on here on the 50 West, and I know that I've been quoted, and I think we're definitely making a rule. Round 2, if there is haze in your Oktoberfest, it can't win. It should be the rule the whole time, but. Man, okay. All right, this I'm going to give it to Fretboard. Fretboard is taking this one. I don't think either one of these are perfect examples of what either one of their substyles should be, but they are both they're both good beers. Christine says, "Is it because it isn't the style?" Yeah, I mean, neither one of them are great. They're both missing a couple things. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Fretboard. It is definitely neck and neck on it, though. The 50 West is good. It's a good beer. But it's a little too hoppy for what I want it to be. What is going on here on this game? Why is it so smoky? Did I miss something? I can't hear anything. I can only see the screen. I'd be happy drinking either one of these beers all day. That's the truth, and that's kind of what this whole like showdown thing is supposed to be. If I'm sitting at Oktoberfest and I had to choose between either one of these to drink all day long, from the hot afternoon moments to the that cool evening when the sun goes down, those are supposed to both be the factors. Julia says, I was just wondering, same thing. It's not soccer where they do smoke after a scoring play unless it's it's a new Bills thing to set fire to the stadium when they get a touchdown. I would not put that past Bills fans. They burn something down when they score. I don't know. It seems very strange. Okay, let's wrap this up because I'm going to go settle into my recliner. I'm going to Voltron these, and they won't fit in the same glass right now, but we'll get a Stein. And actually, yeah, let's do it right now. Oh, that's a dirty Stein. This is a clean Stein, but it's going to make it really hard to get the math right. All right, if we go, we'll eyeball it. They were about the same before, so if we just make them the same again, the math should add up, right? Let's Voltron these. Okay. This is the 50 fret. 50 frets. Fret West. I like 50 frets. All right. Prost, everybody. If you're not drinking an Oktoberfest beer while you're watching the game tonight, you're probably not doing it right. That's great. Yep. It works. It works maybe better than the two by themselves. Yeah, I can get behind that. We're gonna fully Voltron, and no, before anybody asks, the Jägermeister is not going in the Stein. Prost, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry it's not a normal show. You understand. There's lots of things happening. But we will be back next week. And we'll do this again. Not this. We'll do something different, but similar. Different, but kind of the same. We'll see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. WhoDey, everybody. Do whatever you have to do to make this this work tonight. I feel good, but I always feel good. Prost, everybody. Yeah, it's not a show. It's never a show, but it's even less of a show tonight. We'll see you guys. Prost. Thank you. Well, we'll see you next week. If you like this, if you like any of this stuff that I do, go to thegnarlygnome.com/support. It helps. There is some fun stuff that I've been working on. As soon as we get through the chaos of Beer Week and Oktoberfest season, some good stuff coming. So thank you for everybody that does support. If you don't, think about it. It helps.